My wife came back from the bar with smudged lipstick and red-rimmed eyes and whispered, "Your uncle just told me I married into the wrong family." My stomach dropped, because I knew exactly which uncle, and I knew he'd say it like helpful advice. I met Mara at a library fundraiser where volunteers were handing out books to kids. She was kneeling beside a little boy, comparing covers like they mattered, laughing in that calm way that makes a room feel safer. She's kind without performing it, sharp without showing off, grounded without needing to win. Basically, everything my family claims to value, except she actually lives it. When I told my mom about her, she didn't ask how we met. She asked, what do her parents do? When I said her dad had passed and her mom was a retired public school teacher, Mom made that small humming sound like she'd just discovered an ingredient she didn't want. Mara wasn't being met as a person. She was being measured. My uncle, Graham, didn't even hide the measuring tape. He made his money in commercial real estate and mistakes volume for authority. Every gathering came with a dart. Don't marry down, Owen. Make sure she's not after your savings. Be careful. People remember their place. He'd grin after each one, waiting for laughter like cruelty was a party trick. And because he's the loudest in the room, people treated his opinions like they were facts. We debated not inviting him to the wedding. Mara had met him twice. Once when he asked if she was mixed, like he was filling out a form, and once when he said she carried herself well for a small-town girl. Both times, she smiled, redirected, and later told me, "It's your family. I can handle one afternoon." I hate that I let her carry that. The wedding was beautiful. Wildflowers, warm lights, vows we wrote ourselves. For a few hours, I believed that the day was untouchable. Then the reception hit that moment right after the toasts, when everyone's relaxed and the worst people get brave. I saw Graham glide toward Mara with a drink and that smug half-smile he wears when he thinks he's about to tell the truth. I didn't follow. I told myself he wouldn't dare. He dared. Mara found me minutes later, blinking hard, like she didn't want tears to become a scene. He said I seemed sweet, she whispered, but I married into the wrong side of the family, that I should have picked someone with better prospects. She said it quietly, like she was protecting me from my own relatives at my own wedding. Something in me snapped into clean, cold clarity. I'd watched Graham bulldoze birthdays and holidays for years while everyone excused it as just how he is. I wasn't letting him start my marriage by shrinking my wife in public. I walked to the DJ, took the mic, and cut the music. Heads turned. Smiles slid off faces. Graham looked amused, like I was about to tell a story where he gets to be charming at the end. "Uncle Graham," I said, steady, "stand up and repeat what you just told Mara." The silence was instant. A fork clinked. Someone's chair scraped too loud. Graham laughed softly. "What are you talking about? You told my wife she married into the wrong family," I said. "That she should have chosen someone with better prospects. You picked our wedding to say it." He scoffed. "It was a comment. You're making a scene. If it's harmless," I said. "Say it again. Right here." He didn't. He looked toward my dad for backup, the way he always does. My dad didn't move. Not an inch. I turned to the room. "We invited people here to celebrate us, not judge us. If anyone thinks it's acceptable to disrespect my wife tonight, you can leave." Then I faced him again. "Graham, get out." He didn't apologize. He didn't argue. He just scoffed and walked out like he was the victim. But for the first time in my life, he walked out alone, and the room didn't follow him. A few months later, the family lake place went up for sale. The property Graham loved bragging about like he owned it. Mara and I bought it. We renovated it. We rebuilt the deck facing the water because Mara once said she'd love to drink coffee there in the mornings. And we changed the name on the sign, not out of spite, out of truth. She didn't marry into the wrong family. We built a better one. One word comment, mic drop, or peace.